Bondrewd, also known as the Sovereign of Dawn, is one of the most unsettling and memorable villains in the anime Made in Abyss. His role as an antagonist is multifaceted, blending elements of scientific obsession, moral depravity, and extreme cruelty. To understand why Bondrewd is a villain, it is essential to explore his character deeply, focusing on his motivations, actions, and the impact he has on the story and other characters. This comprehensive analysis will delve into these aspects in detail. 1. Scientific obsession and moral corruption. Bondrewd's villainy is deeply intertwined with his obsessive pursuit of scientific knowledge. Unlike many characters who may commit evil acts for personal gain or out of sheer malice, Bondrewd's motivations are driven by an insatiable desire to explore and exploit the Abyss's mysteries. His background as a brilliant but morally corrupt scientist is crucial in understanding his actions. In the world of Made in Abyss, the Abyss is a vast, mysterious chasm filled with unknown creatures and perilous environments. The deeper one ventures into the Abyss, the more dangerous it becomes, and the effects on both the environment and explorers are increasingly severe. Bondrewd's fascination with the Abyss's depths is not merely for academic purposes, it is a quest for ultimate knowledge and transcendence. His drive to uncover the secrets of the Abyss leads him to conduct experiments that push ethical boundaries far beyond those of conventional science. Bondrewd's experiments are characterized by a complete disregard for the well-being of his subjects. His pursuit of knowledge and power overrides any moral considerations, revealing a deep-seated corruption of his scientific principles. This moral decay is central to his villainy, as it highlights how his once noble quest for understanding has been twisted into a quest for personal power and immortality at the expense of others. 2. Ethical violations and cruelty. One of the most disturbing aspects of Bondrewd's villainy is his ethical violations. His experiments involve horrific procedures that exploit and torment living beings. Bondrewd's infamous practice is the transformation of children into experimental subjects, often through cruel and inhumane methods. These experiments are not just about acquiring knowledge but about pushing the limits of what is possible, regardless of the suffering inflicted. Bondrewd's most egregious acts involve the use of children as test subjects. His experiments are conducted with a chilling detachment, viewing these children as mere objects or tools rather than individuals with their own rights and suffering. The emotional and physical trauma inflicted on his subjects is immense, illustrating a profound lack of empathy and moral consideration. The cruelty of Bondrewd's experiments is exemplified by his work with the cursed radiance and the fetters of the Abyss. These experiments involve manipulating the very essence of the Abyss's curse, leading to excruciating pain and irreversible transformations in his subjects. Bondrewd's willingness to endure and inflict suffering demonstrates a disturbing level of moral depravity. 3. Manipulation and deception. Bondrewd's villainy is also evident in his manipulative and deceptive behavior. He is a master of psychological manipulation, using his charisma and intelligence to deceive and control those around him. His ability to manipulate others is a crucial aspect of his villainous character. Bondrewd's manipulation is evident in his interactions with the main characters, Riko, Reg, and Nanachi. He initially presents himself as a helpful and knowledgeable guide, gaining their trust and providing them with crucial information. However, this facade masks his true intentions and the horrific experiments he conducts behind the scenes. The manipulation extends to his relationship with Nanachi, one of Bondrewd's most tragic victims. Nanachi's transformation into a half-human, half-beast creature is a result of Bondrewd's experiments. Bondrewd's ability to persuade and deceive Nanachi into participating in these experiments highlights his manipulative nature. His deceptive tactics and false promises are used to further his experiments, ultimately leading to Nanachi's suffering. 4. Impact on the story and other characters. Bondrewd's actions have a profound impact on the story and the characters within Made in Abyss. His role as a villain is not only defined by his actions but also by the way he affects the lives and motivations of the main characters. For Riko, Reg, and Nanachi, Bondrewd represents a significant obstacle and a source of immense personal trauma. Riko and Reg's journey into the Abyss is profoundly altered by their encounter with Bondrewd. The horror of his experiments and the revelation of his true nature challenge their understanding of the abyss and their own motivations. Nanachi's backstory is intricately tied to Bondrewd's villainy. Nanachi's transformation and subsequent suffering are direct consequences of Bondrewd's experiments. The emotional and psychological impact on Nanachi is immense, as they grapple with their own identity and the trauma inflicted upon them. Nanachi's story is a poignant reflection of the cost of Bondrewd's cruelty and the way it shapes their character development. ###5. Philosophical and thematic implications. Bondrewd's character also serves to explore deeper philosophical and thematic questions within Made in Abyss. His actions and motivations raise questions about the nature of scientific exploration, the limits of human ambition, and the ethical boundaries of knowledge. One of the central themes in Bondrewd's character is the idea of the pursuit of knowledge at any cost. Bondrewd's willingness to sacrifice his own humanity and the well-being of others in his quest for understanding reflects a broader commentary on the potential dangers of unchecked ambition and the ethical dilemmas inherent in scientific exploration. Additionally, Bondrewd's character serves as a critique of the idea of progress and the price of transcending human limitations. His transformation into a powerful being and his experiments with the Abyss's curse highlight the potentially destructive consequences of pushing beyond natural boundaries. This thematic exploration adds depth to Bondrewd's villainy, making him a complex and thought-provoking antagonist. ###6. Conclusion. Bondrewd's role as a villain in Made in Abyss is characterized by a combination of scientific obsession, ethical corruption, cruelty, and manipulation. His actions and motivations reflect a profound moral decay, driven by an unrelenting quest for knowledge and power. The impact of his villainy is felt deeply throughout the story, affecting the characters and shaping their development. Bondrewd's character serves as a powerful commentary on the dangers of unchecked ambition and the ethical boundaries of scientific exploration, making him one of the most memorable and disturbing villains in anime.